All right, can you guys see? All right, what do you guys think this guy? What do you guys think this guy's in prison for? Can you leave Polk County on YT? I can't right now. I'm streaming it on one computer right now. Say FB. Is this one right here? We just watched. No, this is from earlier on. The court was live. This was from a few hours ago. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what the outcome of this is gonna be. So we'll all be surprised at the same time. Are you going to put it back on Polk when it comes back? Nah, I'm gonna stay right here on the Board of Parole hearing. He got one paper, a folded up paper at that. Do you guys think that he wrote that by himself, or did he have somebody write that for him? And if somebody else wrote it for him, how many soups do you think he's paid for it? Can't hear. You can't hear because they haven't started yet. So whenever they start, you'll be able to hear the audio coming in. Is that better? All right, they approved my violation. All right, cool. Does he have his hair combed to the side? Or is it just me? Let me push down the screen a little bit lower so you guys can see him a little bit better. All right, there we go. Hey, Shelby, thank you for reposting. Highly appreciate you. Hey, what up? What up, Shot? I can't tell. Joe, he's up for parole. I'm not sure what he did. He hasn't started to talk yet, so glad to see you having. Hey, thank you. Looks like a fade. Do we have anybody in Connecticut in here? Can you guys?
Savage.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Very good.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with your case. Morning. My name is Officer Shamroy. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, and this is a hearing at the Connecticut Court of Pardons and Parole. All my board members are present this morning by stating the names on a record. Certified, I have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available pertinent information in preparation for this hearing.
Good morning, panel member Barry.
Good morning, Alex Duckoff.
Good morning, panel member Rodriguez.
Sir, please state your name. Actually, also with us today are members of OBS. Sir, please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Okay. Christopher Savage, inmate number 446491.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Christopher Savage, inmate number 446491. He is serving a sentence of 3 years, followed by 6 years special parole for violation of protective order, assault second, violation of probation with the underlying offense threatening second, 2 counts, violation of probation with the underlying offense violation condition for the second. As of today, records reflect the parole eligibility date of June 24th, 2026. There is victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed and shows the offender has completed the following programs: domestic violence, utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system. The offender's overall score on the SRT falls within the moderate range of risk of the city. Sure, this is your opportunity to express the court why you believe you should be granted parole. Maybe get it.
If I may I start with the letter I wrote?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, thank you for giving me this opportunity to sit down and speak with you. Since I entered jail, I've been writing in a journal almost daily. It's been therapeutic and has helped me express my regret and remorse. Now I get to share my thoughts with you. Most importantly, my future plans when I get home. I also believe everything happens for a reason. Getting my parole hearing on March 25th, the month of March being Women's History Month, is a sign I can't ignore. I was raised by a single mother who worked 3 jobs to make sure I had everything I wanted. I also, from 2015 to 2021, had full custody of my daughter, which was my most proud moment in my life. These are just a few reasons why I struggle daily with my crime against the woman I truly love, not my victim. By hurting my victim, I let her down, my mother and my father, and most of all, my daughter. I've been well aware of domestic violence well before I committed this crime or taken any programs. My last class of voices happens to be tomorrow, and the class has truly opened my eyes as to all the people that were affected by my crime. Every time the class is over, the impact from what I learned that day weighs heavy. Speaking on toxic relationships is also what I've been well aware of, especially as I've gotten older and had my daughter. Trust, respect, communication, and compromise are just some of the qualities that make up a healthy relationship, something that I've always strived for. As long as my victim told me she was going to stay with me, despite the protective order, no rule, law, or judge was telling me different at the time. For me at 38 years old to defy the judge, as I did as many times as I did, was just reckless and selfish. Over the years, I am someone who follows rules and doesn't have trouble with the law. But I was acting on pure emotion, not thinking, and I was wrong, and I know that and accepted my consequence. Since being in prison, this is something I've worked on, and I've learned to stop making decisions based on emotions. Start to think things through more as a man and a father, not a child. As such, with my tickets early on in prison, I had to adjust being in here, as it's my first time. It was a major shock, something I never thought I'd ever experience. Since being in here, I've been humbled greatly, and I've learned control and patience at an all-time high. I will not look back on my time here with any bitterness or negativity, especially none to my victim. I accept I broke the law repeatedly. My crime hurt many people, and I wish I could take that back. But that said, this mistake will not define me. My comeback will be greater than my setback. During sentencing, my victim said her future relationships will never be the same, and that's weighed heavily on me. I truly cared for her, so knowing this will affect her for the rest of her life is tough, especially considering there is no fixing it. Another thing she would ask me as well is, what if I was your daughter? I didn't have an answer, except I can't imagine the hurt it caused. So now my future goals don't just include being a good father, but making sure my daughter understands I was wrong and show her and teach her what a healthy relationship is. First and foremost,
Yeah,
I
right.
will be co-parenting with her mother and hoping together we can fix our parenting relationship for our daughter's sake. I have a lot of work in front of me and have plenty of time to sit and think and learn ways to make it right. That'll come with more patience and time. I am
Hey,
grateful.
thank you.
I have a great family and amazing support.
I love London
One
too.
part of that is I will have my own apartment as soon as I'm released. And if I need a sponsor first, my father has allowed me to stay at my childhood home. My father has always had my back, and at his age, it's been time for him to be able to relax sooner than later. He's also helping me with starting nursing school. I'm looking to start as a
Nursing
CNA
school?
first and recently got the 2026 CNA exam study booklet sent to me
What?
here to get me ready to obtain my CNA certificate.
Oh yeah,
I've
that's a
always had
no-go.
steady job, except for the year of 2023. And will again, either as a CNA or any job I can find while I can continue searching for work in the medical field. Overall, the goal is to become a nurse. If for whatever reason that doesn't work out, I have a backup plan to apply for my CDL. I've had previous experience
They always want to be
driving and
CDL
delivering
drivers.
for a few companies, the Connecticut Food Bank, HESCO, and Companion Industries, just to name a few.
See, hey, what up,
Box
Arturo?
trucks that just require a regular driver's license. Where I also
I got
have a
2
clean
soups.
driving record. No tickets, and last accident was 22 years ago. My mother will also assist me in any way, help support needed, as she's my biggest fan. I'm also close to my sister, who's a teacher for 25 years now, and her son, my nephew, who is excited for me to come home. My daughter needs me. We were so close, and I need to gain her trust back. We talk almost daily. Point is, I haven't burned bridges, and everyone in my family wants me home and knows what I'm capable of. My primary care doctor for about 10 years now is also in my corner and knows I had serious clean time from 2010 to 2020. In 2020, I relapsed. I am on the MAP program now. I am also weaning off of that, and every 2 weeks I lower my dose. I'm at 17 milligrams as we speak. By June,
And this
I hope
was
to be
hooked?
off it. Excuse me. I will be also asking my primary care doctor for therapy numbers when I get home, and any relapse prevention group I can do. I've done a couple in 2021 as well at home. I've also gone to AA recently here. I started that, and that's been very helpful. I'm just asking for my first, second chance at 40 years old. I know I will be a good candidate for parole. I have support and a plan. Most of all, I have clarity. And my time spent in prison, especially at Osborne, I have changed my ways of thinking. Don't take anything for granted anymore. I lost everything. And these 28 months have been the hardest time, but also rewarding because I know I'm leaving prison a better person than when I came in. I hurt many people in the past few years with my actions, and I'm sorry to my victim is all I can offer, and I know that's not enough. And me ensuring I become a better father, boyfriend, man to everyone, especially my daughter, is the best I can offer. Thank you
What
for
up, Katie?
taking me time for reading this.
Thank you, Mr. Savage, for your opening statement. We appreciate that. What's going to happen is each of us will take turns asking you questions. When we're done with our questions, we'll turn the hearing over to Victim's Advocate for victim input. Then
Can you
we
guys
will
see him as a
deliberate and give you
nurse?
Our decision, okay?
Or a
We
truck
wish you the
driver?
best of luck, and Mr. Serkoff will start with the question.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Mr. Savage.
Domestic violence, stalker.
Thank you for the opening statement. You covered a lot of ground and answered a lot of questions that I had. Whatever happens today, it looks like you're coming out this year, right? It's not a huge difference between your parole eligibility of 85% and
Correct.
your end of sentence, right?
Correct.
Hey, traveling
Nothing's
nurse.
gonna change. If I get denied today, I still have the same thoughts I have right now if I was to be accepted today. So,
I
yeah,
know
I'm
that, Arturo.
maintaining this positivity I have.
How do you think the victim was affected by your offense?
Heartbroken, hurt. We were close, and you know, she depended on me to be a much better man. And as I said, I know it's going to affect her for the rest of her life, and she's gone through things prior that she expected more out of me. I know it still bothers her to this day, and I know it will forever. And it's something you just can't ever put away. It's something I'm never going to get over as well. I'm going to continue working every day, even when my sentence is over. This is something I need to work on until the rest of my life, especially to help my daughter, because I showed her the wrong way of doing things. She was with me in that house, and while I was breaking the law, and I let her down. I let a lot of people down.
That was
Did
not your
anybody
first
catch his name?
domestic violence incident, right? Your underlying offense were also domestic. Do you feel
Unfortunately,
like
no.
you got a hold of the issue that led you to do this? I mean, to domestic violence. What did you learn from domestic violence?
Yes. Like I said, I've always been very aware as it ran in my family with
Hey,
my
thank you,
mother
Chad.
and with her father. And
Thank you.
as
Thank you,
I said,
Chacha.
in 2021, I was drinking a little more as well and being very emotional. It just wasn't right. Everything I was doing was, I thought I was always in the right. I thought, you know, I was doing everything right too. No one could tell me anything at the time.
Thank you,
And,
Grace.
You know, I was raising my daughter. I'm thinking everything was fine. My mother and my child was actually in prison at the time and before. And, you know, I was kind of not really being open, even though she came out great. And I can't ask for anything more than that for my daughter. But
Hey, what
I
up,
just
nurse?
saw at the time, you know, who are you? And we had an argument and it escalated, and it should have never got there because it's not how I feel or how I ever speak to her. We've always had a pretty good relationship over the years. And
Real good.
so, yeah, it weighs on me every day. Every day when I go back to my bunk, I go to bed, I think about it. I wake up, I think about it. So I really want to see therapy as well when I get out of here. It's something I really need to talk about because
Hey,
I'm
what
not
up,
happy
Supper
with
Row?
myself at all. I'm disappointed greatly in myself every day.
Did I see that you completed voices also?
It was supposed to end yesterday, but we added a class for tomorrow, so tomorrow will be my last day in voices. Yes.
Hey, what up, bro? Yeah, I haven't been on for a
The one
minute.
program you were not able to do is the addiction services, right?
Yeah,
Still on the wait list?
Yes. So, I mean, I'm hoping even if I was granted parole by June, I'm writing, I wrote for many programs in Osborne as well. And I just, wait list. I got here and things started to move a little better, but yeah, I go to AA. I want to do the tier 2, anything to help. I mean, as I said, I had a lot of clean time, but that's something I live with forever as well. I was clean for 10 years of everything, no medicine, nothing. I did drink occasionally and smoke marijuana, but anything serious more than that, which alcohol is very serious, as I've learned, I was clean from for that time. So,
Hey, what up, March?
yes, I still need help with addiction services in any which way. And when I get home as well, like I said, my primary care doctor is also an addiction specialist. So I was on the Sublocade program with her prior to coming in.
What up, Anthony? How's your dad, Anthony?
I'm glad you have taken some programs, domestic violence and almost done with voices. For me, it really comes down to the addiction services program. I really would have liked for you to take it. I understand you're on the wait list, but with an alcohol drug score of 5 and your history of use, alcohol and drugs, I really would have liked to see you complete the program. So I don't think I have any
Yeah,
more questions,
Chris.
Madam Chair. I'll pass it on. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Serpa. So, Mr. Savage, I'm curious to know why you're so anxious to get off the MAT program.
As I said, I did have the clean time for 10 years. I've done it before. I know I can. I'm not a big fan of methadone. I don't think it's taken for the proper reasons. I was always more in the Suboxone area. But when I came into New Haven,
Kathy, thank you.
Suboxone wasn't available at the time. So like I said, I took a Sublocade shot. It's a Suboxone shot. I go to see my doctor for once a month. I think it works much better. Having to also travel, I really do work all the time. And having to travel every morning and stand in a methadone line and take care of my daughter is a lot. I like the Suboxone program better. I just would like, and I know I can do it.
So,
I've been planning
I'm
for
going
it.
to stop you. I appreciate
Okay.
the explanation. So what you're saying in short is you're going to stop the meth program, the MAT program, and go into Suboxone, the Suboxone treatment.
If I need the help, but I know I can be clean. I've done clean. I have no interest in.
Well, I understand that you've done it, but you've also relapsed. And so
Right.
that's, so I mean, and when you relapse, you have now a whole bunch of criminal convictions because of your relapse. So I'm not taking anything away from that, but it's obvious that you're saying I can do it on my own, and you probably can, but you didn't,
100%.
So-
100%.
When you spoke to the parole officer about about what transpired the night that, the day that you were convicted, you said that your girlfriend at the time got hurt, and you were violating the protective order because you still had feelings for her.
What?
How did your girlfriend get hurt?
She fell down the stairs. Claims I pushed her. Regardless,
What up, Tammy?
I didn't push her down the stairs. I did push her, and she did fall. And I was drinking heavy. I have a hard time remembering it, and that's very odd for me. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. She was hurt. She was with me. I'm responsible.
Well, it
definitely
does
put my
matter.
hands on her.
It does, right.
Oh,
It does matter though, Mr. Savage, because it sounds as if you're minimizing what transpired.
No, I meant to
like
say.
saying,
regardless.
You said she claimed that you pushed her down the stairs. That's a minimization, and you do admit that you pushed her. You just don't know what happened after you pushed her. You just said you can't remember. So,
100%. At the
have
time
you
I
actually-
pled, I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. Have you completed the domestic violence program out in the community before?
I was 7 weeks into it at the time, and we were committed. No, I did not.
So why wasn't that working?
It was, when she called me after a year of us being separated, I just dropped everything and went back to her. I loved her. And the drinking was our biggest issue. When we were
Hey,
not
that's
drinking, we were
wild.
great. And then every night we have a few drinks, and it just turned into a problem. Now I know I do take full responsibility. At the time I pled under the Alfred docket, and I said I don't agree with the facts. As I sit in here, it doesn't matter what I think. She was hurt. She was hurt by me, and that's all that matters. At the time, I was having a very hard time admitting that to myself, and I didn't mean to say her and make it sound like I'm minimizing it, because I don't. I know I hurt her, and I know I did it.
Do you know that she broke her clavicle bone?
Yes, I do.
Clavicle.
I brought her to urgent care that day. She stayed with me, and I brought her the next day to the urgent care.
The next
Do you
day?
also know that you violated your protective order over 20 times?
Yes, I
20.
do. Yes, I do.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you,
Yes,
Madam Chair. Yeah, these are kind of hard facts for us to have to kind of deal with. right? Challenge is your 5 for substance abuse, and you haven't taken a substance abuse program. And that always concerns us. And you had a history of relapse. And I realize you were clean for 10 years, but you had a history of relapse. And so that's kind of very, very critical for us.
I attend
Probably the other
AA.
problem for me is that you get, there's a short time between now and the time that you are out. That's the problem.
I attend AA every Monday. I started doing that. That's something I never did previously. I did it on my own. I never took classes. I thought I could do it. So this is also something I'm doing differently. Like I said in my letter, I've already talked to my doctor about setting up any sort of relapse prevention group I can do. And as I said, she is an addiction specialist, my primary care doctor, but I am planning on doing AA from here on out for the rest of my life. Again, this is something that's going to stay with me forever.
Thank you, Mr. Savage. Thank you. I don't have any other.
Hey, is
Thank
it
you.
only
So,
me, or
Mr.
does
Savage, we're done with
does
our
it seem like he has
questions. We're
sugar
going
in his
to ask
tank?
that you please sit there quietly and listen while the victim's statement or whatever she has to present to us, just be respectful. Thank you.
Oh, the victim.
So, good
Oh,
morning, Mr. Jesus.
Good morning, board members.
oh, this fool's goose is cooked. This fool's
Good morning,
done.
board members. I do have a statement and it reads as follows.
Put a fork in him.
To
He's
whom it may
done.
concern. As you know, Christopher Savage is applying for early release on March 25th, 2026. I am writing this letter to express my concerns for Tracy, excuse me, and family. To determine if he has had any remorse or expressed any desire to return to society in a manner so as not to be a threat to anyone. I also would like to know if during his incarceration, he had possibly tried to improve his situation. This would include taking classes or attempts to support his family, including his daughter. A father myself, I certainly would be working toward these goals. I understand he may need professional help to get there, but a start is to seek these out would be good. Hopefully the jail staff or others could respond to this concern while incarcerated. His first 6 months in jail, he harassed my daughter by phone, which apparently was not noticed. He subsequently was charged for this offense. So can
That
the
fool was
Department
rolling
of
his eyes.
Corrections or victim's advocate provide any information to help the family/victim understand that Chris S. is prepared to assimilate back to society to resume a quote-unquote normal life? Hopefully he can move on with his life and have no contact with Tracy. Sincerely, Tracy and family.
Thank you, Mr. Jesus.
You're welcome.
Is there any other statements? No? You muted, so
No.
I'm assuming there are no other statements. So, Mr. Savage, we're going to enter into deliberation. I just want to state on the record that we did receive several support letters on your behalf. I also want to state on the record that you rate out moderate in terms of risk to recidivate, and you received 4 disciplinary infractions since you've been incarcerated, and your last one was in February 2025, where you received an out of place disciplinary infraction. You haven't completed a tier program, but
Chicken.
you have taken the domestic violence and voices program. So,
Hey, do you guys feel like he's ready to come out?
Mr. Servo.
What do you guys think?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Savage is here on a number of very serious offenses that involve domestic violence. This is his torture incarceration. He has taken the program related to domestic violence. He's on the Sound of Voices. We have done some disciplinary reports, as you mentioned, last one in February 2025. For me, it comes down to the lack of addiction services program here. His alcohol drug score of 5 and his history of offended under the influence. I just cannot support discretionary parole without addiction services program in place. And as I mentioned, it's not a huge difference between the POS and the parole eligibility. It's like about 2.5 months or so.
Yes.
So I'm going to be denial today. Although it does sound
Good.
better than I expected and better than what I've read from documents.
So for me, I'm along the same lines. the nature of his offense is very concerning to me, and the fact that he was on probation, he was in treatment, and he was still violating the protective order. So I will not be in support either. I am going to vote to deny with no hearing date instead of special parole conditions.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. So for conditions, I have no alcohol, no contact with the victim, TN or PN, domestic violence in the community, mental health evaluation and treatment as deemed necessary. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. With regards to Christopher Savage, 446491, I move to deny discretionary parole for inadequate program participation, the nature and circumstance of your offense, and also your offense was committed while you were on probation. I further move to set the following special parole conditions as you have 6 years of special parole to follow your sentence. You are to consume no alcoholic beverages. Okay.
Cody, go finish.
Okay. You are to have no contact with your victims, TN, no contact with PN. You have a protective order with her, domestic violence and mental health evaluation and treatment as deemed necessary. Is there a second?
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye. All right, Mr. Savage, you'll receive all of this in writing. Keep up the good work, sir. You have a long way to go in terms of supervision out in the community. So I really hope that you follow that plan that you had written out for us. Good
I
luck
will.
to you.
100% I will. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I wish I could have gotten to addiction services. Thank you.
Thank you.
This concludes the hearing. Savage, I think number 4466.
Maybe next time. Better luck next time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And for anybody who's listening in, tuning in, really appreciate you guys. I know you guys got endless options of watching or the individuals that you guys want to watch. Nah, that fool got denied. He got denied, right? Gonna let this monster out. That fool violated his restraining order over 20 times. Luckily, he didn't end up taking that young lady's life. That's the thing
Troy,
about
we'll be right with you.
that's the thing about getting those protective orders. They're only gonna save you if the other individual stalking you is gonna respect the law. If they're not gonna respect the law, you better defend yourself. You better protect yourself, because if once the police gets involved, they're only there to pick up the pieces. So if you can't defend yourself, nobody else is gonna do it for you. Yeah, Christopher Savage was his name. Yup. You know, he pushed her. Oh yeah, that's right. He also pushed her down the stairs. That's crazy. Like, who does that? Why would you push somebody down the stairs? He's definitely a cold piece right there, if you will. Hell yeah. This is the state of Connecticut. This is a board of parole hearing that took place earlier on today. This is not live and direct, but it is from today. Let me see. Alcohol sounds like they were both raging alcoholics. Still no excuse. Protections and orders don't work. I have one in mine and was violated over and over. Yeah, Patricia, you ain't lying. A parole hearing is underway. Yep. Let me see. Hey, what up, Linda? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not at 100% yet, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. So I'm trying to get back into my normal routine, if you will, whatever that's gonna be like. But right now, I haven't streamed for a few weeks, so this is my first stream in over like 3-4 weeks. Oh yeah, they pulled out the drain. Yeah, they pulled the drain out, so I no longer have any drains. I don't have to worry about getting that drain stuck on a door or on an elevator door, because it's scary. Imagine, like I'm always like walking around. I was always cautious of that drain, when I was getting out of the car and things of that nature. So they pulled it out. I believe in second chances, but that man, yeah, he definitely burst it. As a matter of fact, man, when they pulled out that drain, they pulled it out when I was in like the waiting area to get when I was waiting to get a room at the hospital. The doctor was like, "Hey, I got good news and a bad news. The good news is you got no more fluid in your stomach." She was like, "We could go ahead and take out that drain." She was like, "Do you want to do it?"
All
here?
right,
I'm
Mr.
like,
Wright, we're gonna go ahead and
let's
get
do
started with your case. Morning, my name is
Damn.
Paul Shamrock. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, and this is a hearing at the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Parole. Following board members are present this morning and by stating your names on the record, certify that I have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available for information directly.
Good morning, I'm Councilmember Berry.
Good morning, Alex Tucker.
Good morning, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Also with us this morning are members of OBS. Sir, please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Good morning, Sean Wright, 447-692.
What do you guys think Sean did?
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Sean Wright, inmate number 447-692. He is serving a sentence of 15 years, execution suspended after 4 years, followed by 5 years probation for evading responsibility of death. As of today, record reflecting parole eligibility date of December 16, 2025. There is input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. Review shows the offender has completed the programs, WASES, utilize statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system. The offender's overall score in the SRT falls within the low range of risk for recidivism. Sir, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you should be granted parole. You may begin.
So, Mr. Wright, I just wanted to state for the record that we did receive your statement that you submitted to us. It was very well written, and it expressed remorse, and you told us about the programs that you've taken along with your release plan. So is there anything that you would like to add to that statement?
Yes, I just wanted to state that I'm taking full responsibility and accountability for my actions. I've done my time here in the system. I learned to think better, took numerous programs, and the person I was when I came in is a different man from what I am today. DOC had offered me numerous amount of programs. I took the time to have a better thinking, have a full understanding of where I went wrong and my actions, my shameful actions that I took on that day. I would like to remorse, just to express my deepest condolence to the families that I hurt. I would ensure to make sure that in the future, nothing like this could ever happen again. So I wouldn't be able to hurt anyone or any family.
Oh, I appreciate that, Mr. Wright. Thank you for expressing remorse and for apologizing to the family and explaining that you've taken the time to work on yourself since you've been in the facility. So what's going to happen is each of us will take turns asking you questions. When we're done with our questions, we'll turn the hearing over to the victim's advocate for victim input, and then we will deliberate and give you our decision. Okay?
Understood.
All right. I just want to state for the record that you do not have any disciplinary infractions and that we did receive several support letters on your behalf. So you do have, it looks like you have some support out in the community. So that's a good thing. Can you tell us where you were coming from when this accident happened?
I was coming from work. At the
And what
time
kind
I was working as an Amazon driver.
Okay. You were working as an Amazon driver. And what time was it that you were coming home from work?
I think he took somebody's life while he was driving.
The shift around, but I would say 3:30.
In the afternoon?
No, in the morning.
So you weren't coming from a nightclub or any of that?
No, I parked the truck and then I got to my personal vehicle at home.
So were you tired?
No,
So I'm just trying to understand why you would then hit these people and go to such great lengths to hide the car and all of that stuff. Did you know that when you hit them, you had killed someone? Did you see it on the news or anything?
the next morning, yes, I found out the next morning, and then that's when it all came to realization that I made a horrible mistake.
Mistake,
and I needed to
choice.
do the right thing.
So why did they have to do an investigation to try to get back to you? Someone had to tell the police that they knew where your car was and all that stuff. What? How long between when this happened until you were arrested? What's that time frame?
The time frame, if I'm not mistaken, when I called that was over the weekend. I think that was a Sunday. That was a Sunday. And I didn't, when I found out all this stuff in the morning, when I ended up waking up, because I had a throbbing headache. So when I got up, I didn't see the car, and I was wondering like I thought someone stole the car, literally. And then I called it in because I know around that time, there's a lot of break-ins and
Ain't nobody steal your car. He
yeah, a lot
was
of
trying to
people
set
getting
up a.
cars broken into, getting stolen. So I'm thinking like, did I get the car stolen because I had my car broken into before?
So I'm gonna stop you, Mr. Wright, and I
This fool,
apologize
somebody
because
stole
we
my
do have a
car.
docket of 16 people that we're seeing today, so.
We don't got
I
time
don't
for
wanna
that
cut
today.
you short, but I do have questions that I need answered. And so my question to you was, how long between this accident occurring and until you were arrested? What's the length of time?
I think that was 2 or 3 days.
So in the 2 to 3 days, you knew that someone was killed because I saw that it was on social media.
Hey, Burbank, I think you're right.
And I think that Monday morning, I went to the police station.
Okay. So they didn't have to come looking for you?
No, I went in that Monday morning. I went into the police station to give a statement. I gave a statement and then I let them know what was going on, that I was aware of the situation.
Did you have insurance, Mr. Wright?
No, I did not.
And did you have a valid license? Because I see that you had a few driving with a suspended license.
Yes, my license was valid at the time.
But you didn't have insurance.
Because I thought you were charged with driving with a suspended license, so that charge was nolly.
No, I think they suspended my license due to the conviction for a year.
That's not what I saw. On your rap sheet, I thought that you were charged with that originally, and then it was nolly because you just got the evading responsibility. Anyway, let's move forward.
Okay.
And because I'm just trying to understand what transpired. So after you figured out that your car wasn't stolen,
After you figured it out.
do?
I went to the police station, gave a statement, and then
You didn't try. No, I'm talking about
I'm sorry.
the car. With the car, didn't you try to hide the car?
That one, no, I didn't know. I didn't try to hide it.
Under tarp? Why was it under tarp then?
Because when I went to report I reported that the car was gone. I didn't have the car. I didn't know where it was at the time. And then I told them that I did get into an accident. So then when I said that to them, I let them know that there was an accident. And I was aware of the situation. Then they let me know that there was casualties. So I said, yes, I had the car at the time. And then they found the car somewhere else. And I'm like, I didn't know where the car was at the point. So I said, okay.
Not know where the car. So you were not under the influence, Mr. Wright? Like you have to understand things from our perspective.
There it is.
It doesn't make sense. It
Yep.
absolutely does not make any sense. And if someone stole the car from you, why would they put that car under tarp? It doesn't make sense. Are you trying to tell us today that you were involved in an accident? Someone took your car that was probably very heavily damaged because you hit 2 people.
2.
And I mean, and drove a heavily damaged car, stole it from you? Like I'm not understanding.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
No, I'm trying to understand, and I'm not right now.
So
None of us are understanding.
When I got home that night, I had hit my head, so I had a bruise on my forehead. So I went into the house to go lay down for a second, and I didn't take the keys out the car. Didn't have the keys. When they found the car, they said they had my keys. Yes.
Mr. Wright, it doesn't make sense. No one can drive your car. That was okay. Let's move forward. So since you've been in the facility, okay. So in terms of why you didn't stop to render aid, can you share a little bit about why you didn't do that?
I made the poorest decision of my life not to stop and render aid. I'm ashamed of all my actions that from that night. I'm ashamed of it because
What up, Brody?
no matter what was going through my mind that night, I had the due diligence to stop and render aid. And I was terrified, and it still doesn't excuse the poor decision and the irrational decision I made that night. Didn't excuse it. And I have to live with that for the rest of my life, knowing I made a bad decision.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I do. But my issue still, I'm still going back to the fact that at 3:30 in the morning, you are leaving work and
Yeah, Jenna.
you hit these people, you're completely sober.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason why you left the scene was because you were afraid. Is that fair?
That's what he's selling. That's what he's selling,
Okay.
board member.
And so my question to you then, you as a father, and I know you're and a boyfriend, I know you have support at home.
Jay,
If
thank you,
someone
Jenna.
just ran your kids over and just left them there to die, or you, who knows what, how would you be so receptive to forgiving and allowing them to have another chance to move on with their lives?
What up, Peaks
And
Ahead?
you have 2 young children.
Yes. I totally understand the victim's perspective, and taking myself out of my shoes and put myself in their shoes, I would feel the exact same way they feel. The exact same way.
And then the fact that you just received 2 years for
2
lives.
years?
You know, I mean, if we
Damn.
break it down that way.
And
And I'm
12
sure
months per
that
body.
That was because you have no other criminal history, essentially.
That's
But
crazy.
This is a lot, Mr. Wright. I honestly, and I'm probably more confused now than I was when I reviewed your file. But again, you do have support in the community. This is your only defense. You have not received any disciplinary infractions. And I honestly didn't see anything in any of the documents that I read that you were an Amazon driver. This is the first time I'm hearing about an Amazon driver, honestly. But that's nonetheless, I appreciate your taking full responsibility, and I appreciate your for understanding the victim's pain and their feelings.
The victim's pain.
At least have gained some insight into how other people would feel. So I'm done with questions. Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any questions?
Chair, no, I agree with the chair. You've done some work. Seems like you've worked on yourself. Your story is kind of really hard to figure out. And it really is. I mean, you didn't see people on the roadway. For me, just doesn't, there's lighting on, also on the highway as well. So you didn't see these people, and you were sober. That's what you're telling us. You know, that the story just really, in a lot of ways, just doesn't make any sense. The follow-up to the story doesn't make any sense either. That's not taking away from the work that you've done and the fact that you have apologized to the victims, and that you do seem remorseful. This is just the nature of this offense. It's just so tragic for the lives of this family and these individuals.
Man, I gotta put this up here for this guy.
You don't even score high in your drug score at all. I mean, you know, other than I believe, you said you never had a problem with drugs. Yeah, I mean, you've never done marijuana, you've never done.
The job, the private contractor I worked for at the time, he was very strict on no drug use, no alcohol, because we're operating box trucks. And that's something that I took very seriously. I didn't deal with the drinking or smoking. I was just always focused on trying to work it out and keeping myself healthy.
Hey, what up,
You
JD?
were right when you said you really made a very poor decision and a very poor choice to leave.
The worst decision I ever made in my life.
It is, it probably will always be the worst decision you've ever made. I don't really have any additional question there. It's hard to figure out like what even really happened.
Thanks, right. Thank you.
What up,
Mr.
Lisa?
Sirleaf?
I don't have questions. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Wright, we're done with our questions. We're going to turn the hearing over to our victim's advocate, Mr. Jesus. We ask that you please sit quietly and be respectful of the victims as they make their statements. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good
they're
morning
about-
again, Mr. Jesus.
They're about to
Good
sink his
morning, board
battleship.
members. I do have several family members. I'm going to ask the mother of Carly Torres to unmute. You may unmute your phone by hitting *6.
Oh man,
And
this
I
is good.
ask that you address the panel members only.
Just be ready, guys. If you guys don't like to hear like these type of testimonies or family members of the victims who speak, it's probably gonna get really emotional right now. Hey, thank
We
you.
Taurus.
can't
Michelle.
hear you. Oh, sorry.
If you can hear me, please hit *6 on your phone to
Star
unmute.
6. So this vato was driving at 3:00 in the morning. He hit two individuals. I don't know if it was a car accident or the individuals were on the road and he just mowed them down. He took out two people. He went home, went to sleep. Then the next day he saw it on the news. 2 days later, he went to turn himself in to the authorities. And then he's not taking accountability. Doesn't make any sense. There has to be more, like the board member said. There's more to the story. Like, you just don't run because you're gonna run. You're gonna run because you want to
1
hide
second,
something.
board members.
The only
Thank you.
way that if I was in that situation and I did something like that and I would run, it was because I'm trying to save my skin, because I had been blown back. I got blown back, or I was under the influence and I was in the right state of mind. Because somebody in the right state of mind, you're gonna pull over, and if you hit somebody, you're gonna see if they're okay. You're not gonna run, be like, hey, I'm out of here now. Like I'm gonna leave. No, you want to see, if you hurt somebody. If you're in the right state of mind, if you're in your five senses, you're gonna pull over. You're gonna render aid, and try to help these individuals as much as you can. With whatever training you got. Especially at 3:00 in the morning. I've never been to Connecticut, but I could imagine. I'm pretty sure there's some lonely roads out there. Imagine that he hit somebody at 3:00 in the morning. How long did it take for somebody to realize that these individuals got hit? If they were walking. Now, if it was a car and there was more than one passenger, obviously there was at least two, because two people passed away. If there was 3 or 4 passengers, they would be able to, contact the authorities and be able to get a EMT sent out there. Not two individuals that didn't make it. Right now they're trying to get somebody on the mother of the victim on the line, but it seems like they might be having some technical difficulties. So that's why I'm stepping in right now. Let me see. Hit and runs happen all the time here in AZ. They're having some trouble. Oh yeah, and then another thing, you don't hit somebody and then you go home, you cover your car up under a tarp. You leave the keys on there, go to sleep, and then talk about that you had a headache when you woke up in the morning. The only time I have a headache in the morning is if I've been pounding all night. If I make Don Patron with vodka, and you start Grey Goose, then I'm gonna have a major headache. But if I just got off of work at 3 a.m. and I drive home, I'm not gonna have a headache. Let me see. You should call in, James, and speak on their behalf, right? Rural CTs get very dark at night. Well, rural Connecticut gets very dark at night. It's not lit up. Yeah, there's a lot of places. Yeah, they don't got lit up roads. So if you're not paying attention,
Ms. Torres?
Yes.
Okay, you may begin. I just ask that you address the panel members only.
Okay. So today I'm here on behalf of my daughter, Cariel Marie Torres, Mimi, as we called her, to be her voice as she's no longer here to speak for herself. I'll begin by saying that throughout the past 4.5 years of living with this pain and emptiness, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little.
It's okay, take your time.
I can imagine.
I've asked God for understanding regarding this tragedy, but There's things that I will never understand. I believe my daughter and the 3 other victims involved in this case deserve justice.
3 other
On
victims.
9/19/21, Sean Wright hit 4 people experiencing an emergency on the highway.
Oh, they were broken down on the highway.
And although I understand that he did not purposely take their lives on purpose, he ran away from the scene of the accident, leaving them all there struggling to survive. He did not stop to see if they needed medical attention or even bother to call for help. They were someone's child, someone's father. He only thought about himself and how he could hide evidence and cover up what he did. For a year, he hid with no remorse while we sat at my daughter's grave wondering who did this to her. Watching my niece struggle with depression as she too was a victim. And this man lived his life as if everything was normal. He's not a man who is sorry, but only sorry he got caught. He's heartless and unremorseful. He takes pride in reckless driving, hence his social media page where he names himself Speedy Wright.
Speedy Wright? Oh, I'm going to have to look him up.
Where there are videos of him boasting of him driving recklessly and doing donuts in parking lot full of cars where other people could possibly be.
What?
In the same car in which he hit my daughter and killed her. That is not a justifiable amount of time that will make the loss of my daughter in Alberta okay. But I believe that you should honor his full sentence so that another family does not experience this loss
This fool was making videos?
and have to deal with heartbreak and pain. I pray he takes his time to build compassion for others and the value of human lives other than himself. Because he will be out one day enjoying his family and his children again, something I can never do. And although this is not about me, I hope that he one day can show some respect for the lives he took, the lives we lost, and finish his sentence, allowing their loved ones to finally be able to grieve in peace without having to deal with courts and the reminder of this devastating situation. Your Honor, I understand fully, again, that he too does want to continue his life as we all should and believe, but I want to sit and I want him to understand that this is not okay. You've destroyed our families. No one is okay. Her father and I have lost our jobs. We've both had to take medical leaves. Where I myself lost my job and could not work for almost a year. Because of all this situation, this is not fair to anyone, and I just ask that you please have him finish his sentence and just let everyone be. Because again, he will continue his life. He will get a chance to continue his life. I'm sorry, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You may mute your listening device. I will now have the brother and daughter of Alberto Gonzalez unmute. You can hit *6 to unmute.
That guy's probably thinking, when is this thing going to be over? And is it lunchtime already? He doesn't
Mr.
look like he
Gonzalez,
cares.
You may begin with your statement. And I am to remind you that you are to address the panel members only.
He's just sitting there stone-faced without a care in the world. He definitely has no remorse. What?
Mr. Gonzalez? If you could hear me, we can't hear anything.
I can understand.
That was in the facility. That wasn't him.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? And if he was doing this for social media,
It looks like he has unmuted the phone.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, you hear me now?
Yes, you may address the board members with your statements. I am to remind you that you are to address them, the board members only. You may begin.
Okay. Yes, my name is Eduardo Gonzalez. I'm Albert's younger brother. And yeah, it's been very hard without my brother. I lost my mother recently, and my brother's all I had left. I have a very small family, and we had a very special bond, like between brothers, his kids, and everything. And this whole situation just changed my life totally. I feel like I have no one. He's all I had, you know, left, you know, with my small family that I have. And this tragic event was so unexpected and so hard to deal with because he was loved, you know, and he didn't deserve to go out the way he did. And it hurts me because I know, yes, you know, he didn't intentionally mean to take their lives, but 2 years, there's no kind of justice in the fact that, like we all know, he left the scene of the accident and claimed the car got stolen. I feel like he's still not taking accountability for his actions, and that hurts. And that makes me feel, you know, that he doesn't care because, you know, he knows what he did that night. God knows, and he knows, and he has to live with that. But, you know, it just doesn't sound believable. And I feel like that shows that he has no remorse and he just cares about getting out. And I feel like, you know, two lives were lost. A young lady who was just starting to live, and my brother who was so full of life still and had so many reasons to continue to live. And he did not care to stop and see if they were okay, if he could help them in some kind of way. He just left. You know, he just left. And to know that, you know, my brother and the young lady that passed was just sitting there on the road, and he just left and tried to ditch the car and get rid, you know, cover up evidence and still deny it and say that he, you know, I was hearing everything he was saying, and it just hurts. It hurts a great deal that after serving 2 years only so far for 2 lives, which isn't enough, that you would just continue to deny, you know what happened that night, and it hurts. And I just hope, you know, you guys take into consideration and understand that we lost a lot, and he still has a long life ahead of him, you know, and his lack of accountability just doesn't make me feel like, you know, justice was served. Like, you know, I mean, I feel like, you know, nothing's going to bring Albert back. Nothing's going to bring the young lady that passed. But it's just not enough. And the fact that he's not taking accountability, you know, I just feel like, you know, I hope you guys take that into consideration and see that it's not enough. You know, it's not enough. 2 years is not enough. It's not just for him to be out there again and start living his life like nothing ever happened. And
hey, what do you guys think would be appropriate sentence for this?
It's been a hard time, you know, for his kids, my brother's kids. He has a couple of a lot of daughters and grandkids that he never met. You know, he wasn't here when my mother passed. You know, my mother passed in 2024. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for listening to me and having me on here to speak my piece. God bless, and thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. You may hit *6 to mute again.
Okay.
I will now ask Mr. Gonzalez's daughter to hit *6 and unmute. This is your opportunity to express to the board your wishes and your concerns. I am to remind you that you're to address the panel members only, and you may begin with your statement.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, if you hear some fussing, it's just my daughter. I'm speaking for myself and my younger sister who could not be here today due to work. So I'm going to start with her statement first. She says, I do not believe that Mr. Rice should get early parole as he hit and killed 2 people and still drove away. He drove away and then hit the car. My father was killed, and Mr. Sean Wright got to go home and sleep in his own bed that night when I lost sleep for months after losing my father. I would have stopped if I accidentally hit something. I stop if I hit an animal on the road. You don't just hit 2 people and keep driving. That itself should ensure he does not get early parole. I met my dad during the summer before my 8th grade year, and I loved him instantly. I never thought that after 12 years of not knowing him that I'd only get 6 years to spend with him. He will not get to walk me down the aisle. He will not get to meet my future children, and he does not get to be a part of my future or any of his 7 children's futures because of Sean. I still have random flashbacks to getting the phone call and learning that my father was killed, and that will never go away. Again, I do not believe that he deserves early parole. I actually think he deserves a longer sentence. The last time that I spoke to my father was on my 19th birthday. I am now turning 24 this year, and he has already missed so many big events in my life. I graduated college without my father there. I moved to a whole new state without guidance or support from my father. I love my dad, and he should still be here. And that is the end of her statement. And now I'll move on to mine. Since my father passed away, I went through a great deal of struggles that I believe that if my father was here, I wouldn't have suffered from. Not even 2 weeks after my father passed away, I went through a very dangerous domestic violence situation with my first child's father, where he tried to take my life after he swore on my father's grave that he would protect me and my son. My son was only 5 months at the time, and he is the only grandchild that my father was able to meet out of the 4 grandchildren that he now has. Out of the 5 grandchildren, he has 2 grandchildren that he was able to meet out of 5 of grandchildren that he has now. And after that domestic violence situation, I was hopping from house to house with my 6-month-old son.
Damn.
And instead of my father being there, I would have been able to stay with him until I was able to get my own apartment. But instead, I had to hop from house to house and get into a family shelter for domestic violence victims. If my father was there, I believe that I wouldn't have faced those things. I wouldn't have faced the major depression that I felt and going through this case that I had to go through with my child's father on my own as well. I understand, or so Mr. Wright claims, that he does feel remorseful and that he has taken steps to become a better person. And with that, we got to give grace and mercy for that. But at the same time, hearing the answers to the questions that he was given and seeing that he still is trying to cover up something that happened that night to keep it to himself. At the end of the day, as my uncle said, God knows what he did that night and what he is hiding from. And from hearing the other victim's statement, for the young lady, her mom's statement, seeing that he didn't care to be a reckless driver before and doing all this without a license or any of that is punishment in its own. But what he did that night, what he took from all of us, is just something that we will have to live with for the rest of our lives. And when he does get out, he gets to go back to his life. We will never get our loved ones back. My dad has missed so much. I just had a daughter literally this month. He missed my 26th birthday this year. I was 21 when it happened. He missed just so much. My grandmother passing away due to being so heartbroken, on top of having health issues. The major cause of her death, I truly believe this in my heart, was because she was so heartbroken from losing her son that she just gave up because she was fighting all her health issues, all her things that she was going through. She was fighting them alongside with my father and my uncle and my grandfather. Now my grandfather has lost his son and the love of his life and has to go on living without them. And my uncle has to, as the younger brother, had to take on so much responsibility, taking care of my grandfather and being there for his every need because he's alone and has to live alone now. And all of his kids, he has 7 children, and 3 years old was the youngest child that had to lose his father. My baby brother lost his father at 3 years old, and the other two, 13 and 12 years old. And now we don't even get to speak to them or see them. And they lost their father so young, and since then have went through so many things, developmentally, mentally, because of this event. So I don't believe that he should get off on early release. And I, at first, when I was hearing his statement, I was like, maybe he has changed, maybe he does feel remorseful. But then after hearing him get questioned and seeing that he's like picking and choosing what to say, like, I don't feel that he deserved it. I don't feel like I feel like he should serve out the little sentence that he did get after he was free for almost basically 3 years. He was free for 3 years before he even got arrested and got into prison. I feel like he should serve out his remaining 2 years, and that's nothing compared to the tremendous loss that we face. And my statement's over.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may hit *6 to mute again, please.
My brother also is on the teams. He wants to speak as well.
But wait, there's more.
Is Lukey?
I don't see him on Teams.
Open your eyes.
Okay,
I'll give him a call. Board members, if you can give me a minute, please.
All right, thank you.
While she's trying to connect with your brother, I just want to state that Mr. Right, yes, thank you. He did submit a written statement to us, and he did say, I would like to apologize to Mr. Torres, Ortiz, Gonzalez, and the Lopez families for the harm and pain that he caused. He said there's not a day that goes by that he doesn't think about the tremendous loss that you all have suffered. Like, he really did express remorse for his harm, and he did sincerely and genuinely.
Ain't nobody want to hear that.
To your family and your victim, and pain that you endured. I just wanted to state that because we have a long letter here that he didn't read, but he did write it.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't know, but he definitely got off easy. I can't even say that's a slap on the wrist, because that's lesser than that. I don't even know what would be lesser than a slap on the wrist. Spitting in the air? I don't know, but that one just doesn't sit well with me there. And then to top it off, he's over there minimizing, talking about that he didn't know why the keys were still in the car and who put the tarp. What do you mean? You know who did it? It's a tickle. That's right, Nicole. Let me see. A tiny violin time. We don't care how he feels or what he has to say. Let me see. Like I said, James, if you would have stopped, he probably would have done it. Yeah. I think that's true, Chad, right there. I think if he would have stopped and he would have rendered aid or called the authorities. But you know what? If he was under the influence, there is no way they would have let him go. He would have got a DUI charge, maybe vehicular manslaughter. I'm not sure what the laws are like in Connecticut when it comes to vehicular manslaughter. If there's anybody from Connecticut that cares to chime in and whatnot, if you guys are familiar with the laws as far as driving under the influence or DUI or DWI, but I know in California, if you do a DWI, you're looking at 25 to life. Like, they definitely do not play around. Let me see. He's not sorry. He's mad. He got caught. Yep. I bet he probably was all prendido. Exactly. State would have picked it up. Yeah. Let me see. So he lied to them all because he was, yeah. Second degree manslaughter with a motor. How much time do you look at that? How much time would you have looked at in Connecticut for a second degree manslaughter? That's a crazy low sentence. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure by the time he went and he turned himself in, 2 to 3 days later, I'm pretty sure all of that stuff was out of his system. If he was under the influence, I mean, I'm just speculating here. I don't have any insight as far as if he was under the influence, but his charge was evading death. Yeah.
Good morning, board members. I do have the son of Mr. Gonzalez on the line. This is your opportunity to express to the board your wishes and your concerns. I am to remind you that you're to address the panel members only, and you may begin with your statement.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can.
Okay. My name is Lou Cueva. I am Alberto Gonzalez Jr.'s first son. I am 29, and my father was my world. He was always the person I needed when things were rough, things were hard, and anytime I needed support, he was the person I would go to. Like I said, I'm 29, and he was not there for my wedding. He was my best friend and my support.
What up, Juice?
He was the person that bridged the gap between me and my family. And since he's been gone, I have not been able to talk to my family. Because every time I talk to them or see them or even hear their names, it reminds me that he is no longer here. This man took my father away from me, and he took my family from me. My father wasn't able to attend my wedding because he is not here anymore. With the questions that you were asking and his answers, it has become painfully clear to me that he has not changed. He does not care. He just wants to leave. He killed 2 people and injured 2 others, and he left. He did not call the ambulance. He did not call a hospital. He did not call 911. He did not do anything. He left. He did not care. And if he truly cared, it wouldn't have taken them as long as it did to arrest him. He hid things, he lied, and he's lied to our faces right here. I do not believe that he should be allowed free. I do not believe that he understands what he has done, and I do not believe he cares about what he has done. The fact that he got such a minimal sentence is a spit in the face of everyone that he's hurt.
Yep.
And the fact that we're even having this hearing is also disrespectful. And that's all.
Thank you very much.
Somebody had to say it.
I'll start with victim statements. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jesus, and thank you to the victims for taking time out of your schedules today to participate in this hearing. I understand how painful this may be, and we do appreciate your sharing your experiences as a result of this loss with us. So at this time, we're going to enter into deliberation, and we ask that you please sit quietly and just give us an opportunity to work through this. As I stated on the record, Mr. Wright did receive a number of letters of support. He has not received any disciplinary infractions. He has completed a number of programs, and he also rates out low in terms of risk to recidivate.
This is not going to be good.
Believe that he is remorseful for his actions. I do believe that this is something that he's going to struggle with for the rest of his life, and I do believe he did gain some insight from participating in the programs. However, given the nature of this offense and the injury and the impact to the victims and their families, I will not be in support of discretionary parole today, and will be voting to deny him with no new hearing date for those reasons. Mr. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have to agree, it's been a very difficult case to listen to and to read, and hard to understand what happened With Mr. Wright, he doesn't even seem to understand what happened that evening.
He knows.
I may know, but.
We got one. We need two more.
And
At least one
the
more, I
impact to the victims' family just so evident in their presentation today, and it's a difficult situation because he has done some real work while in the facility. But I am also in the same place with the impact that has happened and the nature of this offense and the impact of the victims. I will not be supporting his discretion approach today either. That is not taking away from the fact that I think he's doing what he needs to be doing, and I hope he continues to go down that path, because this is the kind of choice and decision that he's going to need to be able to avoid sometime in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Circle.
I agree with both of you. Both of you now, right?
Thank you. So with regard to Sean Wright, 447692, I move to deny discretionary parole based on the nature and circumstance of your offense and the injury and impacts of the victim and or the victim's family. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So, Mr. Wright, you will not receive a new hearing, but you will receive all of this in writing. Your discretionary parole has been denied, and we do wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Thank you, family.
Oh, that fool's getting maxed out.
This concludes the hearing for Sean Wright, inmate number 447692.
Well, I definitely didn't see that coming. I thought that was going to play out a little bit different, but I think the family speaking up and calling in really helped them, cement their decision they were going to make here today. Normally the Board of Parole here
Can you please ask the officer to send in the next person?
in Connecticut, they'll let people out that I don't think they should let out, but obviously this time it definitely pays to call in and voice your like something like what something like this affects your family. Did he get a longer sentence? No, so he was eligible to get out on parole. So now he's gonna have to. I'm assuming he has to do his whole parole or whatever amount of time you have to do in Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
Right, we get Joe and Mr.
We
Stoll.
are. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Stoll, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the case.
Yes, Mr. Sobel.
Yes, Stovall.
Morning. My name is
Hey, you're welcome,
Chairman.
Annette.
Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. This is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Appeals. My board members are present this morning by stating their names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutory documents and available for information preparation of this hearing.
Good morning. I'm Panel Member Barry.
Good morning, Alex Starkov.
Panel Member Rodriguez.
Sir, please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Thomas Silva, 288-747.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Thomas Stovall, inmate number 288-747. He's serving a sentence of 17 years, followed by 5 years probation for 3 counts of sale of narcotic substance, possession with intent for narcotic substance, violation condition of release first, sale of certain illegal drugs, 2 counts criminal possession of a firearm, ammunition, or defense weapon, possession with intent to sell or dispense to non-dependent, and larceny second. As of today, records reflect the full eligibility date of September 12th, 2026. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. Been reviewed and showed the offender is completing the following programs: Tier 2, voices, good intention to bad choices. Currently has a work furlough job. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score in the SRT falls within the high range of risk for recidivism.
This guy's definitely been busy.
So this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should grant a parole. Maybe again.
So, Mr. Stovall, just so that you know, we did receive the letter that you wrote us with the reasons listed as to why you think you deserve parole. We did also see the programs that you participated in and your release plan. So we appreciate your submitting that ahead of time. Is there anything additional that you would like to tell this board? Or would you like us to start with our questions? Go ahead.
I had wrote a quick 2-minute letter if it's possible.
Absolutely.
Good morning, first of all. I would like to begin by thanking the board and Pardons and Parole for granting this hearing today. I realize this is a privilege, and I truly appreciate the board for taking the time out for granting me this hearing today.
Oh, this guy definitely did some
First,
research.
please allow me to apologize to the residents of Bridgeport and its surrounding cities. I take full responsibilities for my actions that led to my incarceration. One of the many things that I've learned during my incarceration was that in order to get or obtain above average results in life, you consistently have to do things out of the normalcy. For a very long time, one of my
He
biggest
didn't write
issues
this.
was I used to let life stress me instead of stress testing my program to attack life. Self-assessment. One of my greatest accomplishments on my journey for success was learning what self-assessment meant when taking full accountability for everything that had led me into my incarceration today. Every day when I go to question myself about all my actions and decision makings, I realize every time it ain't no one else's fault but mine. I can't blame my father for not wanting to be a part of my life. I can't blame the streets and this lifestyle misfortunates. I can't blame my family or friends for my drug habits, whether using or selling. I can't blame the police officers, COs, or the courts for my incarceration. I can't blame the many loved ones I've lost over and over for my reasonings why. I can't blame nobody but myself. Self-assessment meaning, what do I have to do to never put myself into this situation ever again? I understand the seriousness of my offense and the harm it caused. I am sincerely remorseful for the pain that my actions caused to others, including the countless victims and my family and my community. During my incarceration, I have used my time to reflect, accept accountability, and work on meaningful change. I have participated in many programs and groups that have helped me address those issues that contribute to my past behavior, such as good intentions, bad choices, smart recovery, tier 2, knowing your triggers, financial literacy, C-card, and helping men recover. Alongside with so many more meaningful programs, as well as parenting groups and support reentry that have helped me focus on becoming a more responsible and disciplined person. I have learned how to make better decisions and avoid situations that could lead to poor choices. I have also developed a better understanding of the impact my actions have caused on others, and I am committed to living a law-abiding and stable life. If granted parole, I have a well-structured release plan. I have a stable and supportive family and at home. I'm currently still working a work furlough job at Boatworks and plan to continue working there once released. I will also continue with counseling, outpatient treatment, NA and AA meetings to ensure I remain accountable and continue my progression in life. I understand parole is a privilege, and I'm prepared to comply with all parole conditions, staying drug-free and maintaining employment and avoiding negative influences. I respectfully ask the board to consider the work I have done during my incarceration, my commitment to change, and my plan for reentry. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sobel, for that statement. We did see much of that in the statement you submitted, but we thank you for sharing that with us once more. You know how this works. So Mr. Rodriguez, we'll start with questions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No, you in your opening statement and in your letter, you answered many of my questions already. It's clear that you are doing some work and really trying to make some changes in your life. I mean, I can see that from what you've done. But I still share some concerns. I mean, you've had opportunities in the past to kind of pull your life together. You were on parole recently, and you didn't make it. You failed at it. And that was an opportunity where you had help. What will be different from that today? Because I'm that's one of the areas I'm kind of stuck with at this point. Your charges are, we're concerned, possession of firearms. We're always concerned about possession of firearms. You know what's going on in the streets today. Right. And you've taken responsibility. So that tells me you had the weapon, you knew you had it. Whether it's for protection or not, you weren't supposed to have it.
Right. Well, the possession of firearms thing, that was almost 17 years ago. I don't deal in that aspect no more. Like, that never was my thing. I think where I failed at was You know, after being on parole for as long as I was, I hit rock bottom. And instead of reaching out to my support system, I kind of like cowardly I shied away, and I didn't reach out to those that was willing to help me and that have always been there for me. And I was ashamed. I can't even lie.
I don't know why didn't you reach out to your parole officer?
And you know what? That's probably one of the first things I should have done. I mean, I can't deny it. It's just one of the things that I should have done. I just know that going forward, that's, if anything ever came about, which I really don't believe, but if it does, that'd be the first thing I'll do. I learned that it's such a waste right now, just giving my life away, and I'm not doing the things that I want to do, the things that I need to do. And I'm here today just to, you know, make those actions turn into reality. I just got a higher position within my job, my work furlough job. It's grant release. And I mean, it's just been amazing, like helping the guys better themselves in here. I'm trying to do a lot of that in the community too. You know, going forth, contacting with Fred Hodges and Mr. Daeed, and you know, just in the process of changing everything. That's my main focus.
Well, I mean, I've seen it. I've read your evaluations. You've gotten excellent evaluations, your attendance and your work. You've gotten a lot of certificates. You've taken a lot of programs. My concern is you rate high. The last time you were on parole, you didn't utilize your parole. You got 4 or 5 different times and you didn't. And that's kind of where my concern is. But I don't want to, take away from the fact that you seem to be really moving in a positive direction. And I'll bet no matter what happens today, if that's something you continue to do.
Absolutely.
We sure don't want to see you back here again, that's for sure.
I definitely don't want to be back here again.
I don't have a lot of questions, Madam Chair. I think you answered a lot of my questions with this open statement.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Sherpa?
I don't. Second.
Thank you. So my question, Mr. Stovall, is I just don't know why you think that you can get away with selling drugs in your community when that seems to have been your occupation for a number of years.
That wasn't really my mindset. Like I said, I hit rock bottom. I can't lie. My job slowed up because I was working for a very long time doing different things, different temp agencies.
So I'm going to stop you.
Hey, he's gonna be in for a surprise.
The first time that you went out, you were out for about 6-7 months, and then you came back with a new charge. Then they let you out again. You were out for about 6 months, and then you came back, and the last time that you went out, you were out for about 3 years before you came back with the new charges. So why is it that you are able to stay in prison, take all these programs, get no tickets, but you can't transfer that stuff out into the community?
I think it was just me just being young-minded. I'm a lot older now.
He's wiser.
I look at things a lot differently.
A lot differently.
I'm so appreciative of this Second Chance program. It taught me a lot. Just going forward and just knowing what's the real things that mean this both to me. And,
I mean, honestly, Mr. Silva, I wish that I could believe you because, I mean, you were on parole when you committed these offenses. It's, I know you see what's happening with all these drugs and stuff. I know my colleague said that. So it's disheartening to see that you're back with us. So give us a few minutes to talk about your case, sir. We're going to make a decision about your early release.
I don't think they're gonna. Damn, she just cut this fool off. I don't think they're gonna let him out. What do you guys think?
Mr. Stovall is working in a very positive direction. You don't have any DRs that's incarceration.
I don't know. Things ain't looking too good.
The fact that he rates high, obviously, his prior history, and the current number of charges that he has. But he's taken a significant number of programs.
He did that.
Taking programs now as well. And for me today, he sounds good. I mean, I was concerned that he didn't use his parole officer before and that he was on parole when this occurred. But I'm going to be supporting his discretion. I want
What?
to give him an opportunity to be on supervision. I give him that he's got 5 years of probation to follow that even. He's going to be under a lot of supervision. And hopefully he does, that he does what he says he's going to do.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Ms. Carball?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, I do agree that Mr. Stovall has done a lot of work in this period of incarceration. Also do share some concerns with his long criminal history and prior failures with supervision, his experience on the parole last time. I'm going to support his discretionary parole today, and
Oh, he's out.
comes out and can execute on his plans. He does seem to have some support in the community, so I'll be a grant today.
Thank you. So I am going to vote in the minority. The 5 failures out in the community and the fact that he was on parole when he committed these offenses, it just shows a complete disregard, in my opinion, of the supervision and the law. So I'm a no. But for conditions, I have no alcohol, and he also has co-defendants, Javon Johnson, Shondell,
Yes.
Steiner, Roderick Williams, Libra, Patrick, and Lavea Gross. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
All right, so with regard to Thomas Sobel, 288747, I move to grant discretionary parole on or after September 12th, 2026, with the following conditions. In addition to the standard parole conditions, you are to have no contact with your co-defendants whose names I just stated on record, and you are to consume no alcoholic beverages. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All those
Also
opposed?
not till September, right?
September 12th. All those opposed, and I will say that I am opposed. So again, the record will reflect this is a majority decision, Mr. Sobel. You've been granted parole, and I wish you the best. And I hope that you go out there and prove wrong. But good luck to you, sir. You'll receive this in writing shortly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Scoville, 288747.
So he's going to be.
Use your parole officer when you get out.
I can hear you.
Use your parole officer when you get out.
Mandatory, immediately. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for giving me another opportunity.
So that's it. He was found suitable. He should be getting out. I'm not sure the date. Sometimes they'll get out like the following day or immediately. Sometimes they'll give him a future date. On this one, I didn't hear them give him a future date. So he might be in your local streets. If you guys are from Connecticut, definitely be on the lookout. I would not want to bump into him in a dark alley. If September. All right, thank you guys. So he'll be out in September. So you could relax for the next few months. But if you ever see him walking down a dark alley, I would definitely run for dear life. Damn, how many chances does one get? Hey, you 3 strikes, you're out in California.
We'll be right with you, Mr. Lewis.
September 12th. This guy looks pretty tough. What do you guys think this guy's what do you guys think this he did? A domestic violence DUI? Arms dealer? Rugs dealer? Possibilities are endless. Can you move it over? It's not me. They'll fix it up right now. Don't you worry. He was upset because he didn't get the Mr. Clean channel or commercial. Pew pew beat up the. He does look kind of tough. Oh, 1975. Oh, watch out. He has a dollar sign. He has a dollar sign on his arm. He has a 1975 on his neck. What else does he have over here? Can we make out some of his tattoos over here? Biker. Oh, maybe. He might be a biker. Same age as my dad. The eyebrows laughing out loud. I watched your live. Let me see. He's mean mugging. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's like, man, I gotta go through these people again. Hey, what's up, CJ from Scotland? Who's coming in from the UK today? Hey, T Bella, thank you for that. Highly appreciate that. You're younger than my mom. He's regretting his life's choices. It looks like he's being inconvenienced being in this hearing here. Like he has much better things to attend or tend to back in his cell. Damn, can't believe they let them have all the hair and facial. He just wants lunch and wreck. He looks nervous from his actions. It looks like he's trying to find inner peace. Chacha, it's conspiracy of some sort. I'm voting he did a robbery with violence attached. I reckon M charges. Hey, that's the thing with these parole board hearings. You just never know, what these individuals are gonna be in for. But not that often do I get surprised with the type of charges that they have. For anybody who's wondering, I do archive these streams on YT, so if you want to go back and play them back, jump on over to YT at Collect Call From, and you could play it back. I do run court streams all day long throughout the day, specifically in Arizona. Lately, I haven't been making any commentary on it because I've been preoccupied with my health and whatnot. But I do plan on getting back on, so definitely be on the lookout. Charged for too many push-ups. He looks unstable. Not him yawning. Hey, who saw that one when that guy got upset and threw the chair? That was a wild one. What's going on with your health? I had an operation a few months back and ended up in the hospital for a few weeks. So I've been slowly recovering. Is he waiting to start? Yeah, he's waiting to start. I remember that one. That one was crazy. Yup. If you see Jack, I remember. Man, I'm just glad I pulled through. It was looking pretty bad for a moment, but I was able to pull through, and here I am. Yeah, I'm going on 3 months now.
All right, Mr. Lewis, we're going to go ahead and get started with your case.
All right.
Morning, my name is Officer Sherman. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, and this is a hearing at the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Appeals. Members are present this morning by stating their names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available for information in preparation of this hearing.
Good morning, I'm Panel Member Barry.
Morning, Alex Starcroft.
Morning, Panel Member Rodriguez.
Sir, please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Vaughn Lewis, 217404.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application from Paul Lewis, inmate number 217404. He's serving a sentence of 33 months for interfering with an officer resisting, criminal possession of body armor, and evading responsibility.
Body armor.
Reflect parole eligibility date, January 8th, 2026. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It's been reviewed and shows the offender has completed the following programs since his last hearing. Tier 2, voice utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system. The offender's overall score in the SRT falls within the moderate range risk for recidivism. Sir, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Just, I really better myself, taking programs. I'm working, going to school, trying to get my GED. But, I don't think school is in my forte. I'm staying away from negative people. I'm building on myself, taking time for myself.
Well, the
Let
good
it-
thing is, Mr. Lewis, you were able to do what the prior panel asked you to do. That was participate in more programs and get no more tickets, and you were able to do that. So we commend you for your efforts. We do have some questions, and Mr. Surkoff will start with them.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Good morning.
So since the last hearing, you have not received any disciplinary reports. And you have not received any disciplinary reports this fall incarceration, right?
Body armor, yup.
And then you've completed 2 programs, Tier 2 and anger management.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what you learned from those programs?
Tier 2, I learned from, just Tier 2, it's a drug program, I don't do drugs anyways. I can help people that do drugs, you know what I'm saying? Because, I drink a little bit, in Cajuns.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Social settings.
I got help other people
Help other people do
to not do
drugs.
drugs.
That's it. That's all you got.
Okay, what about anger management?
Anger management, I don't know why I take that program, but I
I don't know.
get angry.
Yeah, I'm a happy fella.
It's about dealing with anger and walking away and, just take time for yourself if you're angry.
Yeah, but I'm happy. Happy as can be. Not a mean
You
bone
don't
in
feel
my
like you're
body.
under issues?
But if they say I do, I do. But I'm a calm, collected person.
Calm collective.
Where are you in the process of obtaining your GED?
Say that again?
Where are you in the process of getting your GED?
Oh, I'm taking I guess there's steps. I did social studies. I guess I messed it by 2. I'm doing science. And I guess I gotta do 4 steps to get the past the GED.
I'm sure it's not easy, but keep trying.
Yeah, I am. It's definitely hard, but I'm trying.
It ain't
That's
easy
something you're
being
going to pursue in the
cheesy.
community?
Yeah, definitely go to adult ed.
What do you have for support in the community?
I got my father, my brother, my sister. I got family.
And you still want to sponsor to your stepdaughter?
Yeah.
He had body armor and resist.
And do
I
you think you're
believe.
going to do supervision this time? Because you do have prior failures on supervision in the past.
Yeah, I got my mind already made up. I'm going out there to go back to the old job, Stop and Shop, Walmart.
Yeah, he definitely didn't prepare last night. He probably started preparing right there when he
How do
was
you think
sitting
you've
down.
changed from this incarceration?
It made me a better person, man. I look at life different, man. This is not the way no more. I've been doing this too long.
So what's going to be different this time?
I'm staying away from people, places, and things. Negative people, places, and things.
Come on, once you get to this age and you've been doing this your whole life, the chances of you changing at this age are slim to
Okay, I
none.
think that's all I have. Thank you for answering my questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Surkoff. So, Mr. Lewis, your criminal history is very, very concerning to me. And you're a multi-state offender, and you've
What up,
been
Steph?
doing this since 1992. Why?
Hard head makes us soft. My father used to say, hard head makes soft behind. I was young and dumb.
But you're 51 years old now.
Yeah,
Are you
51 now.
old and dumb?
No, I ain't old and dumb now. I got smarter and wiser.
You know what they say, you can't
So
teach a
why
old
is
dog
it
new
that you're
tricks.
able to stay out of trouble in prison, but you can't do that out in the community?
You see
You think they're not going to know who you are?
I did come back to jail 8 years. I just came back to jail 8 years ago. I mean, I was doing good. Doing good. I just, I messed up.
You got caught. That's
Well,
what
you
happened.
were driving without a license. You weren't supposed to be doing that, right? In 22,
Yes.
22.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you do have to do better. This is it. You're running out of opportunities. I know you don't want to die in prison. So I really need you to get you together. All right, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, Mr. Lewis, I was on your last panel, remember me?
Yes.
Yeah, we gave you an opportunity to take out tier 2 and voice. I'll be honest with you. I'm not hearing, stuff that you learned from that today. You're very short when you were asked about your tier 2 experience. You didn't, and you haven't even talked about your voices experience yet. What you learned from that and what you got from that. Can you elaborate a little bit more? I mean, there's something going on with you because you seem a little down.
Huh?
There's something going on with you because you seem a little down.
I just found out, I know they drop business, but I just found out I got diabetes and just a lot of stuff in my head. A lot of stress.
Well, can you talk a little bit about what you got from voices?
Hey, congratulations, Cindy.
It's a victim. I could be a victim. Anybody can be. You could be a victim. Just about being a victim. I'm not a good communication, so you gotta bear with me.
Yeah. I'm hearing that.
I'm not a good communication.
You're not a good communicator, if you will.
The good news is that you did follow through on the recommendation of us last time you were in front of us. And that's very positive. I'm a little concerned that I'm not hearing like a lot of, what you got from it. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're just
I'm not
challenged with communication.
Yeah, I don't like, not good communication.
I agree with my colleague, when you're 50 years old, at what point?
Thank you, I'm not the one.
I think I might should have the last time with you too. At what point do you stop this? It's so crazy.
Hey, sometimes you can't stop. Sometimes it's easier just to be in prison and not deal with reality, especially right now with gas prices.
Yeah, I'll pass it on back to my colleague. And, good luck to you.
Thank you,
Mr. Lewis. Work on that communication.
Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry to hear about your diabetes. I understand that could be a tough blow.
Yeah.
It takes us it's life altering. So, but you take the necessary steps to try to beat it, and that's all you can do. There's nothing you can do about it now. So just, do what you can to change your life and your lifestyle. Did you think that you were going to be granted parole automatically because you got to rehear?
No. I look for the worst, hope for the bad. But I know the saying.
Right. Okay. All right. Give us a few minutes. Mr. Circle.
Mr. Lewis rates moderate for risk of recidivism, completed a number of positive programs, including tier 2, voices, anger management. He stayed out of trouble
sometimes
this whole period of incarceration.
Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to go home. Maybe he doesn't have nowhere to go to.
And,
so sometimes it's just easier to stay in prison.
I certainly do understand the concerns of my colleagues. I share some of the same concerns. If one of the
at this point, if you're like in your 50s and you haven't changed, how many people are willing to take you in? Like if he has kids, do his kids want to take on the responsibility?
I will give him another chance. I understand he's running out of chances. I will support the discretionary parole today. I think he is making conscious efforts to change his life, as evident by trying to get GED until the age, which I think is a very positive thing. So I'll be supportive today.
Thank you. Mr. Lewis, is there something wrong with your foot or your shoe or your?
You get that itch at the bottom.
Is it what's that? Athlete's feet?
Athlete's feet. Yuck.
Athlete's feet. It could be being in here.
I'm just asking because I'm like you keep touching it. So.
Patas chucas.
It's just that little itch.
Okay.
Hey, what a Shannon, where you been at?
What do you think?
I mean, I would have liked to hear a little bit.
He
more,
got that
but
itch.
They got some issues with
Damn.
communication.
You better go wash your hands,
Didn't follow
homeboy.
through on the previous panel.
I hope he doesn't work in the kitchen.
Recommendations, even though that's not a guarantee for parole, but I would agree. I'd give an
Hey,
opportunity.
maybe,
but
Nancy.
I'm going to support the discretion parole today.
All right. So I have a no driving condition and a halfway house condition.
Yeah.
Just in case he needs that. I know the sponsor was confirmed, but just in case, his release plan is to work at Stop and Shop and or Walmart, get a CED, work on himself. So with regard to Paul Lewis, 217404, I move to grant discretionary parole on or after today's date, which is March 25th, 2026, with the following conditions. In addition to standard parole conditions, you are not to operate a motor vehicle without the parole officer's permission. And we'll put the halfway house condition on just in case that's needed. Is there anything else? Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you've been granted parole. Good luck to you, sir. You'll get this in writing shortly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
This concludes the hearing. Number 217.
Hey, you know what, Arturo? Hey, that's why I stopped committing crimes at a young age, because I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be doing life on the installment plan, doing 2-3 years here, come back for 5, and man, screw all of that. Is that Young Thug? That fool looks like Young Thug. Yeah, he didn't seem too excited. Hey, he might be leaving his boyfriend behind. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Mr. Perkins, right?
Yes, good morning.
We'll be right with you.
It'll adjust itself, lids. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Oh, he has a stack of papers. Do you guys think that he wrote this statement for himself, or he had somebody write it up for a few honey buns? What do you guys think he did? Hey, what up? What up? Good afternoon. And welcome to You Have a Collect Call From, or at Collect Call From, if you will. Having to do probation over and over, and yeah, it does. And they make it hard to get out for probation. They don't make it easy. They make you jump through hoops. They make you jump on one foot. Got my taper yesterday. He handed out sopas for it. Absolutely. Yeah, so they make it hard, to get out of the system. They definitely if you don't want to make an effort to get out to get out of the system or get off a paper, it's not gonna happen, because they definitely don't make it easy. 6 ramen packs and some Cool Ranch Doritos. Man, I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I don't remember the last time that I ate some, but yeah, they don't make it easy. If you don't make a conscious decision to want to change, then it's not gonna happen. It's not like you're gonna be able to skate on by and be able to get out for probation or parole. They put so many obstacles and restrictions on you that it's easy to go back. It's easy to violate parole probation. YNW Melly, writes Arturo. Man, I wouldn't mind eating a honey bun right now, but my wife refuses to buy any sweets for me, so it's hard. Absolutely. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there today. For those of you that are just stumbling across the stream right here, this is a board of parole hearing from the state of Connecticut, from all over the state of Connecticut, New Haven, and other places. What's taking so long? Patience, lids. Patience. You gotta, the board of parole hearings has to get their paperwork in order and whatnot, gather their thoughts. Maybe they have to go get a sip of water, maybe go use the restroom really quick in between these hearings. They are human, they're not robots. Hello, my brother. It's been a long time since I seen you. Yeah, James, it's been a minute. Is your like at 60K? It's at 59.2. So we're about 800 or 700 taps from hitting 60,000. If you're tapping, I highly appreciate you guys. Remember, hitting that tap is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Hitting that follow button is also free. And dropping comments is free. It's free for you. It's free for me. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Hit that follow. Tap that screen and drop a comment. And drop some water, if you will. Let me see. What does everybody think this guy did? Juice. Hey, what do you guys think this gentleman right here did? This upstanding citizen of Connecticut. Okay, I'll slow my taper down. So is reporting, so is reposting. Oh yeah, reposting the stream. That's right. Drive by pew pew charges. I am tapping. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Let me see what happened to Pima County and Maricopa. Those actually Maricopa streaming right now on YT on the other stream right now. It's been going on for the last 17 minutes. Hey, thank you for the 100 and thank you for the taps. Highly appreciate it. Robbery, domestic violence, burglary. The possibilities are endless here at The Price is Wrong. You never know what you're gonna get. You see, if you don't have the tapper. Oh, that's right, the tapper. That's right. Yeah, ran out on his dinner bill. What's your YT? My YT is also the same thing as here at collect call from. Just type in collect call from and it'll come up, if you will. It's amazing. Yeah, I got one of those little tapper fellas around here. Let me see, what time does Polk do first appearance? Polk County does. Hold on, Polk. I think they recently changed the time. I think now they're starting either at 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. But that's for me and the Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what time it's in Florida, if you will. I've been on since the morning. Damn, how long have I been on today? What time is it? I think I've been on for like at least like more than. Well, I've been on for like at least like 3 hours for sure. I've been on for at least 3 hours. Let me see here. Maybe even 4 at this point. I've been on for 3 hours and 40 minutes. He's thinking hope they're in a good mood. It's 5:20 here. It's 5:18 in Florida. Okay, right here my local time is 2:19. All right. They're definitely dragging their feet today. Maybe somebody had to go do a number 2. They had to go drop a deuce. Indiana. How many certificates do you guys think he has in that Manila folder right there? All right, looks like we might be getting some action. 5:20 in New York. I'm gonna be out in New York soon. What month are we in
All
right
right,
now?
Mr. Perkins, we're gonna go ahead and get started with your case.
Morning. How you doing today?
Hey, thank you, Danica.
Morning, my name is Officer Shamroy. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. This is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Parole. While board members are present this morning, by stating names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutorily required documents and for information preparation on this hearing.
Good morning, I'm Fiona Liverberry.
Good morning, Alex Decker.
Morning, Panama Rodriguez.
Sir, please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Good morning. My name is Jeremiah Perkins, inmate number 428532.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Jeremiah Perkins, inmate number 428532. Is serving a sentence of 10 years, execution suspended after 42 months, followed by 5 years probation for criminal possession of a firearm, ammunition, and defense weapon, sale of narcotic substance, and criminal possession of a pistol revolver. As of today, records reflect a culpability date of December 20th, 2025. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender that has been reviewed, shows the offender has completed the following programs. Tier 2, voices, received his GED, currently has a community detail job. Utilized the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system. The offender's overall score in ESRT falls within the high range of risk for recidivism. Sir, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
I have time to sit back and reflect on the time I was incarcerated, and I understand that my actions that I have made was horrible and bad towards my family, the community, and as myself. I would like to apologize to them. So on the time of my incarceration, I've been programming myself and learning new things about myself, like what I want to do in life. I didn't have a plan when I was home at first. I have a plan now that I graduated, got my GED. I would like to go to school for HVAC when I get home. I got a C card. I completed it here, but when I get home, I was going to do volunteer work and have a recovery coach as well as me doing volunteer work.
So Mr. Perkins, we did receive the letter that you wrote, along with some support letters from your family. in preparation for today's hearing. So we did read what it was that you intend to do. Like we read about the nursing home and you wanted to help the elderly people and you want to participate in programs and get your license. Like we read about all that. We also see that you did TED Talks and Voice to Men, forums. You've done a lot of good things there in the facility, and we're hoping that you're able to do that out in the community. So my only question that I would have for you is why do you continue to participate in stuff like this?
At the time it was hard times, so I was thinking that was the way of making some money for quick, fast. I was just thinking of the fast route. I wasn't thinking of a long term. At the time, like I said, I didn't have no real plans. I didn't have I gained plans as I got incarcerated just now recently of how to go about life now. And I don't think drugs. I won't be selling drugs no more. I won't be.
Well, I hope not.
Myself.
You have to know that they know who you are out in your community. They know that's what you do. They know about you carrying weapons. So they're going to keep an eye out for you. And you have to understand that.
Yes.
And I just want to state for the record that your original sentence was 54 months with 5 years of probation to follow. Why did you get your sentence modified?
I got my sentence modified. I felt like I completed a lot. I grew a lot from the last 2 years, and I wanted to get home to my kids and show them that I'm a different man. I'm a changed man.
Okay. So it looks like you're going to live with someone named Crystal out in the community.
Yes, that's the mother of my last born.
I know you have 3 children. You have your mom out there, your sister, your brother-in-law for support. You've taken the programs. I mean, I don't know how many times you need to be arrested to understand that you're not going to be able to do this in our communities. People are dying. You're selling drugs to someone else's mom, dad, child. I mean, all for your own selfish gain. Doesn't that sound selfish?
That's very selfish of me. I was very selfish. And I realized that I was selfish. I want to apologize to them people. I want to apologize to my community, like I said. I want to apologize to my family because it was selfish. My selfish acts makes them go through the things they're going through now without me being present.
Well, you didn't get any tickets, and you took a lot of programs. So I'm inclined to support your parole today. I hate the weapons, and I really do want you to know that probation, parole differs from probation in that parole officers have arresting powers.
Yes.
So they don't have to have sufficient evidence or any of that stuff to bring you back in. They can just bring you back in. So if you're out there working and making the right decisions, then you won't have any problems with parole. But if you go back thinking that you're going to be able to return to selling drugs and carrying guns, that's not going to happen.
No.
All right. Mr. Rodriguez.
I don't have any questions.
All right. Mr. Fairhope. All right. Are there any objections to his being granted parole?
No.
All right. So it would be today's date. I have no alcohol because he said he drank a fifth a day. No co-defendants. Kyle. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3 co-defendants, and you have 3 co-defendants as well. And a halfway house just in case that's needed. We did get confirmation from the sponsor that he listed, but just in case he needs it, something goes wrong. He needs. All right. So with regard to Jeremiah Perkins, 428-532, I move to grant discretionary parole on or after today's date, March 25th, 2026, with the following conditions. In addition to standard parole conditions, no alcohol, no co-defendants, Kyle Hill, Ernest Harold, or Malik Martin, and a halfway house just in case you need that. We do recognize that you have a sponsor, but just in case that falls through, or she's not approved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, Mr. Perkins, congratulations. You've been granted parole. We wish you the best. You'll get this in writing shortly.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
This concludes the hearing. Jeremiah Perkins.
Have a good day.
You too, sir.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
All right, guys. So My daughter just got home right now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now. But I do appreciate you guys. This last one, I couldn't really listen to because my daughter was talking to me. But apparently he got found suitable. Anyhow, hey, if you guys haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free. I'll probably be back sometime this week. I'm just not sure what day. If you guys want to stay up to date on when I do go live, hit that follow button. The easiest way to stay up to date when I do go live, if you join our Discord account, joining our Discord account is absolutely free. You could find the link under my my profile either under TikTok, or if you go on YT, you'll find it under the description of the video. Anyhow, hey, appreciate you guys that you guys like my family or love my family. But yeah, anyhow, hey, I am Collect Call James. You guys are watching. You have a collect call from, and like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A rato.
No, a rato.
A rato.
Can you put the R?
Yeah, I'll fix it right now.
A rato.
A rato.
I can't wash my face on purpose.
Don't show your face.